to figure that out.
Okay.
Going live.
We're
live, baby.
We're live. We are alive.
All right, let's fucking do this. Yeah.
Fucking do this. Yeah. That's going to be our next adventure.
Singing Let's Fucking Do This on the road.
Yeah. No, we're going to a girl group.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right? Should we
Yeah.
get one more?
One more person?
Yes.
Sure. All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
Happy Labor Day, y'all. We're starting. Press record.
Good job.
Thanks. All right, here we go.
Here we are. Here we go.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom. YouTube Live.
Perfect.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was good.
Happy Labor Day, Kelly.
Oh, happy Labor Day, Lindsay.
What are you doing right now?
Right now, because
this is airing?
when this comes out, it will be the actual Labor Day. I might be at the beach.
Ooh.
I might be in the mountains.
Oh.
I need to be in nature. Yes, essentially, I'm going to be doing something relaxing and, something that, feeds my soul.
That sounds so lovely.
Where are you going to be? I mean, where are you right now?
I think I'm in Palm Springs.
I think you are in Palm Springs.
Laying by a pool.
Yeah. I was invited to the trip.
Bloody Mary in my hand.
I hope so. I wanted to come, but there was a lot of trips going on. Cat.
Not for you.
Cat.
Not
Bye.
Cat.
Bye, Cat. You fucking freak. Yeah. I was gonna come to Palm Springs, but then I really wasn't. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Too many things.
Too many things, but it sounds fun, and I hope you're having fun by the pool right now.
Going
and
came up on Saturday, and I'm leaving today. Labor Day. So
what does Labor Day mean to you, Lindsay?
I was just gonna ask you that, yeah. Kelly Wallace Barnhill.
What does it mean to you?
I think it's a day to think about all the people in our lives that worked so hard. I hate this.
What?
This.
Oh, well, unplug it.
What is it? Can it be unplugged?
It's the cat's bubbler.
That's what my mom would call an eyesore.
Excuse me.
I think it's about the people who have made this country what it is today, worked really hard. Unions, it's a union day. Mm-hmm. Give people off because they work so hard. Uh-huh. It's a union day.
That's pretty good.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, that's what it means to me. It's give everybody a fucking break.
On that note, I have seen a lot of things this company closes for 2 weeks to give their employees a break because COVID's been so crazy lately.
Yes, exactly. So then the argument to that is, why are people being worked so hard that they need to take they should be able to go on vacations and take time off and et cetera, but why is the labor so intense and so hard that people are so just bone tired, exhausted, that they need that to save themselves from wanting to kill themselves. Do you know what I mean?
And I think right now it's probably worse than ever because there's hardly any. I mean, everywhere you go right now is understaffed. So the people that are there on staff are just being pummeled by doing 3 jobs instead of 1.
And do you know? We're going to get into this in my game, but do you know what people were fighting so hard for during the first Labor Day?
No.
When that first came about? Just an 8-hour workday.
Oh,
Just an 8-hour workday.
Which is also really interesting because for the first time in my life, the film industry, which is notorious for glorifying people. Working a 12-hour, 14, 16, you go into golden time. Yeah. It's a whole thing. For the first time, I'm seeing articles in Variety and the LA Times of people who work on set. People are going to go on strike.
And that's how it all started. It's literally how it all started, was a strike. So I think this sort of leads very nicely into my first and only game. It's Labor Day, so I only wrote one.
Good, yeah, you deserve the rest.
Okay, thank you. So should we get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Should we hold for
cat?
For cat scratching in the litter?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
How long
it's good
does
content.
it take
Let me put that. Hold on. What do you say, Beatrix? Is it number 1 or number 2? Okay. It probably is.
She's laboring in there, right?
Woo, hey-oh. But she's fixed, so she never actually has to labor, thank goodness. Although her brother was trying. I got them fixed in a hurry. I was going on vacation and I saw them starting to hump each other while Kronos was humping Beatrix. And I was like, this cannot happen. So I quick made an appointment. I was like, I'm going on vacation. Like I felt like I was going to go on vacation and my cat was going to get my other cat pregnant while I was gone.
That would be the worst thing that's ever happened.
It really would have been terrible. Hi, Beatrix. Okay. Lindsay.
Yes.
Labor Day.
Labor Day
is a federal holiday in the United States celebrated on the first Monday in September in any given year to honor and recognize the American labor movement and the works and contributions of laborers to the development and achievements of the United States. It's also celebrated the same day in Canada.
Great.
Lindsay.
Yes. Us and the Canadians, thick as thieves.
Yeah. So beginning in the late 19th century, which now from doing this podcast, you realize is the 1800s.
Got it. Rosetta. Oh, good.
You get time enough. Good. Are you working now? So let's continue. So beginning in the late 19th century, as the trade union and labor movements grew, trade unionists proposed that a day be set aside to celebrate labor. Labor Day was promoted by the Central Labor Union and the Knights of Labor, with a K, which organized also the first parade in New York City. Lindsay, which state was the first to make Labor Day an official public holiday in 1887?
Whoa!
I know. Was it A, Oregon, B, New York, or C, Illinois?
Now, you mentioned New York, the first parade.
Yes.
Are you trying to throw me off?
I don't know.
Is it Oregon, New York, and where?
Illinois.
Union. I'm going with Illinois.
Good guess, but you're wrong. It was actually Oregon.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Crunchy granolas.
They are super crunch, super granolas. By the time it became an official federal holiday in 1894, 30 states in the U.S. officially already celebrated Labor Day.
You know, in 1892, Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
That is incorrect. Number 2.
Yes.
International Labor Day is a public holiday in many countries, but celebrated on May 1st. Popularly known as May Day, the day is observed in countries such as India, Cuba, China, and about 80 others. So I'm not really sure why this article mentioned those 3, but those ones, plus 80. It celebrates laborers and encourages them to do what? A, to play as hard as they work. B, to be aware of their rights. Or C, save their money and spend it wisely.
Know their rights?
That is correct, because the day has its origins in the labor union movement, specifically, as I mentioned, the 8-hour day movement. So on this day, people across the world observe the day by conducting protests and march for the rights of workers to save them from exploitation.
Love it.
May 1st,
we
need to start, we need to start protesting. We could do it today. Like, this is Labor Day.
I think
you're gonna sit by the pool.
May.
Sit by the pool.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. And like you said, think about all the people that allow you to have this day off.
That's what I do think about on Labor Day.
Think about our fans. Think about Rosetta working,
slaving away.
At least they're getting double time.
So I
time and a half.
lay by a pool.
Yeah. So you could lay by the pool. Does this seem fair?
No, but life is not fair.
Oh, that argument's not okay.
Life is not fair.
That's what the rich people say.
Well, who do you think you're speaking to?
Well, you are the one laying by the pool.
I don't have any commercials when I watch Hulu.
Oh, you are rich. That's how you know. Wow. Commercial-less TV. Wow. I'm jealous. All right, Lindsay.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, that was number 2. Number 3.
Yes.
International Workers' Day, celebrated on May 1st, actually is taking the place of an ancient European holiday called May Day, as you said, which is an ancient festival marking the first day of summer and current traditional spring holiday in many European cultures. Dances, singing, and cake are usually part of the festivities. What kind of cake are you making for this coming May Day?
Well, I'm a vanilla on vanilla kind of person.
Hashtag basic. Yep. Although I love vanilla.
I mean,
I like a vanilla. I like a vanilla frosting, like a buttercream.
That's what I want.
But I want like a dark chocolate.
I'm fine with the dark chocolate.
I want all of the
Just
cakes.
as long as the icing is vanilla.
I agree. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Lindsay, the earliest known May Day celebrations were A, the Festival of Flora, or Floralia, the Roman goddess of flowers. B, the Mayuma, or Mayuma, a Hellenistic festival, Greek, celebrating Dionysus and Aphrodite, held every 3 years during the month of May. Or C, Saturnalia, the pagan celebration of Saturn, the Roman god of agriculture and time.
I think it's that one.
That is incorrect.
Ooh, it's not Dionysus, is it?
No. Oh, actually, yes. It's both of the first two.
Wow.
So Saturnalia, as we learned during Christmas, is the pagan holiday that Christmas is based on. And A and B were both correct. So Floralia, Festival of Flora, and the Mayuma, I'm not sure how to say that, the Greek festival celebrating Dionysus and Aphrodite.
Interesting.
Yes, the Floralia opened with theatrical performances. Hares and goats were released as part of the festivities. Perseus writes that the crowds were pelted with vetches, beans, and lupins.
My question is, what's the difference between May Day and Labor Day?
One is in May and based on a pagan festival, which we're talking about, and there's more to it, which I'll get into in my next question. And then Labor Day is like the American version.
Okay. The Americans were like, that's a good idea. We're going to do it on a different day and a different way because everything we do is superior.
Probably.
Got it.
That sounds about right.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. And the Canadians were like, oh, A, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll do that too,
No more like A?
I like saying A.
Well, yeah, it is A. A. Red velvet cake. Agreed. Red velvet cake is bomb. Okay. Lindsay.
Yes.
Number 4, the Haymarket Affair. Also called the Haymarket Riot or the Haymarket Massacre.
We've talked about this on this podcast.
What was it? Talk to me. Tell me when, who, what, where, why, how, everything. Give it to me. Point for everything you get right.
It was like people were like, we're not working anymore. Okay, like.
But they didn't want to.
People were like, we want to get paid correctly for our work that we're doing. And it was somewhere in like the Midwest or something.
Okay. I'm going to give you a point for workers' rights. I'm going to give you a point for the Midwest. Close. I mean, correct. But basically.
It was like a labor thing.
It was a labor thing.
It was like a union thing, right?
Yes, it was a union thing. Wow. Good girl. There you go.
I researched this
I know you did.
This podcast.
Like a year ago, though.
Yeah.
So, of course you don't remember it.
No.
Because we don't remember things. This is what...
Well, let's learn it again.
Should we go back and listen to all our old episodes?
No.
Okay. That's for the listeners to do.
Yes.
Lindsay, I'm just going to read you a little bit about it because I think it's interesting and it is, like, important, I think. Okay? So, the Haymarket Affair was a violent confrontation between police and labor protesters in Chicago, Midwest, on May 4th. Okay, so it was close enough to May 1st. May the 4th be with you.
Okay.
1886. Okay?
Wow.
Back in the day. So this became a symbol. This massacre, this riot, this affair became a symbol of the international struggle. International. So it was like everyone was watching Chicago, right?
Yeah, on
International
the news,
struggle for workers'
the
rights. They
news.
weren't watching on the news, but they were watching their beep, beep, beep. No, not yet. It was more of like a pigeon, carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. It has been associated with May Day since that day's designation as International Workers' Day by the Second International in 1889, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. In 1893, the governor was petitioned by the criminal attorney, Clarence Darrow, to and others to grant clemency. Oh, wait, I missed something. Hold on. Oh, balls. Oh, crusty ballsack. Hold on a second.
Crusty ballsack.
Crusty ballsack. I wanted to actually just read this.
When you read it, can you read it as like someone from the town?
Sure.
In
Yeah.
that year?
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
A union worker.
Okay. So union worker, 1886.
1886 in Illinois.
All right. Let me get into character. Okay. Ooh, I don't know the accent. So I'm just gonna go a little bit, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Very Jersey.
Yeah, it's a little Jersey, but this is as close as I can get. All right, listen. Oh, my computer died. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Just give us an 8-hour work day over here. You know what I'm saying?
This is why you should join the YouTube live.
Yeah, this is great.
This is some good content right here.
I was trying to plug you in so you'd have power because you're doing the YouTubes, and then I'm over here with my old ass computer.
All right, while we're waiting, my mom just called. Should we call her back?
Sure.
See what she's doing.
Marla. Jeez Louise over here.
She FaceTimed me.
Tell her she's live.
You can't see, I guess, because of the blur.
The blur.
What's it?
Mom.
Fail.
What a failure. All right, here we go.
Yes.
Here we go, Lindsay. Just shut off again.
Oh my God. Rose of Death. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Do you want to grab your phone?
No. Lindsay.
Yes.
On May 3rd, one person was killed and several injured as police intervened to protect strike breakers and intimidate strikers during a union action at the McCormick Harvesting Machine Company that was part of a national campaign to secure an 8-hour workday. So that's what it was about, okay? So there was a protest. The union was organizing. The police came in. People were injured and killed, all right? So to protest police brutality, anarchist labor leaders called a mass meeting the next day in Haymarket Square. That gathering was pronounced peaceful by the mayor, who attended as an observer. But after Harrison and most of the other demonstrators departed, some police arrived and demanded that the crowds disperse. And at that point, a bomb was thrown by someone never positively identified. And then police responded with gunfire and just took people out.
I did it. I threw the bomb.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Little British. It's a little Cockney over there. But you know what? I'm from Jersey.
I did it.
Yeah. We're from Liverpool. Where are you from? Well, at that point, 7 police officers were killed and 60 others wounded before the violence ended, all right? So it's not good. Kind of fucking sucks.
I like that this is what's happening right now.
Civilian casualties have been estimated at 4 to 8 dead and 30 to 40 injured. So anyway, created widespread hysteria that was, of course, directed against immigrants and labor leaders. And amidst the panic, some of the people who organized it were convicted of murder on the grounds that they had conspired with or aided the unknown assailant who threw the bomb. So they were called the Chicago 8, and a bunch of them were hanged, and another one committed suicide. Yeah, it was a big deal. And then the governor was petitioned by Clarence Darrow, a famous criminal attorney, and others to grant clemency to the surviving 3 men, which he then did, and that is because studying the transcript of the case, they concluded that the defendants had not been given a fair trial because the judge was biased, The jury packed in the prosecution's favor, and much of the evidence was fabricated. Does this ring any bells? Do you think this still happens today?
Yeah.
His decision to issue the pardons was widely condemned by who condemned it? Industrialists, the rich people with all the big businesses, and the conservative press. Anyway.
How we've taken 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Correct. Okay, great. So I think I have like one question left for you, Lindsay.
Great.
And then we'll move on. Lindsay, May Day was chosen, as I said, by the Second International of Socialist and Communist Parties to commemorate the Haymarket Affair, which occurred in Chicago on May 4th, 1886. What was the Second International of Socialist and Communist Parties?
Can I have an A, B, and C, please?
No, because I didn't write one. You can guess.
Wait, what was the question?
So what was this? It's called the Second International of Communist and Socialist and Communist Parties.
Okay.
So it's like
a marriage of the two, you're saying? And you're asking what the name of it is.
No, it's called the Second International. I'll just tell you, and then I'll see if I can create a different question out of it that you'll get. The Second International was an organization of socialist and labor parties. Okay?
Okay.
And where did they meet?
Bernie Sanders' house.
Yes, that's correct. They had 2 simultaneous meetings in Paris in 1889. And 20 countries, delegations from 20 parties participated. So this was like a world sort of collective to say that workers need to have rights.
Yeah, it was like the UN of like for the workers union.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? You get a point for that, Lindsay. That was very good. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So let's see. So this international had initially declared its opposition to all warfare between European powers. Mm. They ended up having to kind of like choose during the First World War, and then they split into pro-Allied, pro-Central powers, and then they had anti-militarist factions. And then the Second International ceased to function. So that was the end of that. So that's why we haven't heard of it, because they don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
They kind of split now into the Labor and Socialist International, the International Working Union of Socialist Parties, and the Communist International. So they do have sort of groups that you could, I guess, countries could join, or people in the countries could join to be part of those movements. So when you're celebrating Labor Day today, just know that you're celebrating union, socialism, and communism.
Wow. If my friends could see me now. I have a question. What is our current brain stopped working?
Brain stopped working.
What is our minimum wage?
Did it go to 15? Or did it not do it?
I'm just curious, like
in California, I think it's 15. Or did it not actually go yet?
Look it up. I'm going to look up New York.
It's 14.
Okay.
14 per hour in California at the moment.
14 per hour. And then in New York.
For employees who have less than 26 employees, the state minimum wage is 13 per hour.
Wow. Do you know it's $11 in New York City?
That's disgusting.
Small employers, $10.50. That's really fucking crazy.
That's insane.
You know,
that's not a minimum wage. That's a poverty wage. It's
when I first moved to LA from New York, which New York I had like a very comfortable job. I made like money where I was just comfortable and didn't have to worry about money. I was very lucky. And when I moved here, I didn't have anything lined up. So I went on Craigslist and helped this photographer out, and she paid me $10 an hour. And I remember working for her full time one week and being like, how do people do this? And my rent was only $500 because my friend was hooking me up. Okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is
And even that felt like
I
a
couldn't
lot.
do any. I had no money. And then I got a job, not waiting tables, but I was a hostess at a restaurant. I would walk away with $30 a shift.
Oh yeah, that I've had that before. Yeah.
I mean, I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
It's crazy.
So, I hope that this president does something about it because we have so much poverty in this country. How do you live?
Well, you can't, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like, it literally just keeps.
Well,
they keep
the real estate market is so inflated right now.
Yeah, the inflation keeps going up, but they make no adjustments to people's wage.
It's so crazy.
Very minimal adjustments. Yeah, I thought we can find some statistics for the next time, but it is like.
Yeah.
It is insane. It's gone up like 100%. You know what I mean?
It's
like
so crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Labor Day.
Now I'm angry.
We're going to talk about a different kind of labor. We're going to go into labor.
Oh my gosh. Are we going to talk about my cats fucking and my...
No, this is not about your cats.
Thank goodness.
Big news, fuck you, I'm smarter listeners. We are pregnant. And Kelly and I are having our first baby together.
Pregnant with pause.
We are so excited. Kelly's obviously carrying the baby.
Why is that obvious? Is that a dig on the weight that I've gained?
No.
This pandemic?
No, I would think you would be the man in the relationship, but I just couldn't do it, so I made you carry it. And I'm here for moral support, and I go to the classes, and I learned how to do the breathing and how to rub whatever you rub to help the crowning.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Don't rub my anything if you don't mind, especially not when I'm crowning. It's a very private affair.
Kelly is 9 months pregnant, and we are walking through the mall because Kelly wants to go.
I'm not walking.
Peep those new Avril Lavigne wristbands at Hot Topic. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what year is this? I'm 9 months pregnant, but I'm also 13.
12.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And her water breaks.
Woo!
All right.
Oh my god.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Your water breaks.
Yes.
What is coming out of your vagina right now? What is it?
For me, honestly, it's probably more like a coconut water. Like that's.
I'm asking you, what is the water? What is it?
It's part of the liquid that's inside the placenta.
What is that called?
I don't know.
Going in the labor, we're going in the labor. It's called the amniotic sac.
Oh, of course. I knew that.
Of course, but you didn't get it right.
No, I didn't. Whatever Haymarket affair.
So while some people, if you watched White Lotus and her water breaks and it shoots out of her, they say it's more just you're peeing yourself and it trickles down your leg.
Down.
It doesn't actually
shoot
out of you.
Okay. I've heard that as well.
Before we rush off to the hospital, we decided that the best thing to do would be to smell it and make sure it's not just,
pee,
water. Kelly, what is actually in the fluid?
Some probiotics. And I would say,
what else is something fun that could be in there?
Mucus?
I don't have that on my list. What else goes on in there?
What else goes on inside where the baby is?
What is it mostly
Blood.
made of?
No, mostly made of.
Mostly made of. So there's some hormones. There's
definitely hormones and
there's
nutrients.
Some antibodies. But what is it mostly made of? That sounds real fun to have inside of you. Your baby's urine! I wish the listeners, you have to join the YouTube live so you can see Kelly's face. It's mostly your child's urine.
Right. The little fucking alien that's been peeing inside of you. Peeing inside of you.
Peeing inside of you.
And Texas wants all women to do this. Shame on them.
All right. Could you be really going into labor? Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, the noises coming out of you suggest that you are. But you yes, please. See, she sounds like she's going through labor, but she's not due. You're not due for a few weeks, so maybe this is a false alarm. Kelly, what percentage of babies are actually born on their due date?
Is this including cesarean section?
Sure.
Well, that's the big difference because those are scheduled.
I know, but those are scheduled because you have to be like induced or like.
So not those.
You're having a problem.
No, not always, but like so. But that's what you're not talking about. That you're talking about.
No, I'm saying how many babies are born on their actual due date.
15%.
5%.
Wow.
5%. 50% are born within a week of their due date. 90% within 2 weeks of their due date.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
I have a feeling when I have a baby one day, if I can get pregnant at that time in my life, because I'll probably be 80.
Hopefully by then it will.
I feel like the last like 2 months, I'm going to be like this. Okay. On a Monday, I'm going to be like, get this fucking thing out of me. And then on a Tuesday, I'm going to be like, I don't want this thing to get out of me.
Of course.
And then on Wednesday, I'm going to be like, get this thing out of me. I mean, why don't we talk about these things? Like, that's scary. That thing's going to come out of you, and then you're too far gone. Like, you're already in it. Like, it has to come out of you.
It has to come out.
Jesus Christ.
I'll punch you in the face. I'll try to knock you out.
Oh, here's a fun fact. Okay. You're having a baby on a Monday?
Is that bad?
On a Monday?
Ew.
Talk about the case of the Mondays.
Ew.
Kelly, what is the most popular day for babies to be born?
Is it not Monday? It's a Friday. She wants to get out. She wants to come out for the weekend.
It's a Tuesday.
Weird. I wonder why.
And Mondays are really popular too.
All
right. So before you go to the hospital, you go grab a Wetzel's pretzels.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can't eat at a time like this. You rip it up. You're like going through it. Throw it on the floor.
Okay.
I pick it up. I eat it because why not?
Yeah.
But also, Kelly, it's good that you didn't eat the Wetzel's pretzels. You're not allowed to eat the Wetzel's pretzels. You are not allowed to eat when you're going into labor.
Oh.
Why?
So you don't poop?
Ooh, that is a good guess. And honestly, while that's not the answer, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's definitely part of it.
Okay.
But once labor begins, women are no longer allowed to eat. They can have clear liquid or ice chips, but that's it until after the birth, because you might have a C-section. And they want to make sure nothing's going on in there.
They have to do a surgery.
Which they probably give you like an enema if you ate. I'm sure they try to like flush it out.
Yeah.
So yeah. And you have to go under anesthesia if you get a C-section.
Right.
So you don't want any food in your situation. All right. We got to stop flapping our gums. We got to get you to the hospital.
Finally.
Here we go. Give us some labor noises.
She's giving me a quiz over here, and I'm trying to have a baby.
Push. And you're pushing, and you're pushing, and bam! You push out that lovely little creature right out of the vagina. And Kelly, this thing is fucking huge.
Oh, God.
Okay? This baby is so big. All right.
What are you trying to say?
That he actually
it's a boy?
It's a boy.
Woo!
He has won the world record for being the heaviest baby ever born.
No, I don't want that.
Before this creature that came out of your vag, what did the heaviest baby ever born weigh? He broke the record.
23 pounds.
Ooh,
that's too much.
It's actually 22.
Oh my God.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
22 pounds, 8 ounces. So you were very close.
Wow.
He was born in Italy in 1955.
Did the mother survive? That's fucking
That's a good
wild.
question that nobody talks about. Whoa, Nelly, we had a boy. It's time to whip out our fucking It's a Boy cigars. What did you think we were going to whip out?
I thought, well, you did your fingers like you were about to smoke a cigar, but I thought you were going to snip the umbilical cord with scissors.
Oh,
I thought that's what you were miming.
Sure.
Time for us to whip out our scissors and...
Well, listen.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right. I'm there.
What
You have a captive audience. I just gave birth. I'm exhausted.
You're not done yet. You're not done yet. After you give
No, you're not
birth,
done for 18 years.
Yeah, or longer if you're my parents.
Yeah.
After you give birth to this massive beast of a baby,
I really wish you'd stop talking about my baby
actually
like
have
that.
to give birth to something else.
The afterbirth.
And what is that?
That's all the muck.
Right.
Yeah, that's the placenta.
How does that come out of you?
I think they put in like a little like, they have like a string with like a hook, and they put it in and they pull the string out and they hook it out.
Yeah, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
They rub your stomach. They actually like push it out of you if they have to.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm sure it slides right out of the table. Depending on how big your vagina is.
Well, yours will come right out.
But they may have to push. You may have to push it like 4 or 5 more times.
Right. You have to do some more like contractions, or not contractions, but labor pushing.
So speaking of the placenta, the mighty, mighty placenta.
Thought you'd never ask.
What is the placenta, and what does it do?
Well, that's like the lining of the uterus that like comes around the baby and like creates the shell around the baby and keeps all of the stuff inside, all the nutrients.
Yes, and it keeps waste, all the baby urine that baby's been shooting into your body for 9 months. It keeps it out of there too.
Keeps it out of you. Yeah, it's like the barrier betwin the baby and the mom.
My God.
Right? They say you should eat it.
They do. They do say that. And I would put it in pill form and I'd swallow it.
I would too.
But people put it in smoothies.
No, I'm pill only. No, I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying for me it's a no.
Pill only.
Pills only.
All right. Out pops that placenta.
Thank
now you're
God.
done with all this noise.
Thanks, Linz.
Well, actually, the real fun has just begun because we're going to have to raise this creature. And
I did this work, and now I think I'm going to hand it off to you.
No, fathers don't work that hard. Come on, you know that.
This is why you wanted to be the father.
And you know
You're
what?
like, I don't
want to do the work. I don't want to have to breastfeed. And now that you had one, why don't we have twins? Why don't we just get it out of the way and just have twins right now? So, to increase...
I don't want to have a baby with you.
To increase your chances of having twins.
You're a mean mommy daddy.
I'm going to feed you what?
And to increase the chances of having twins.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Feed you what?
We used to do live shows back in the day in New York. And we had live shows where people would tell us our worst dating stories.
Are you telling me because you don't think I remember being there?
And I think it was, no, I'm telling the listeners. And I think Kate told us a story.
Yams!
Yams!
Oh yeah,
Man.
our friend Kate in New York told us the story about when she went on a date with a guy, and she went back to his place at the end of the night, and he had yams.
He was trying to feed her yams.
No, there were yams all over his apartment. There were like yams everywhere.
Oh, that's
like
what
as
it was?
Decoration, like just literally. I believe so.
Wow.
Well, we should bring back that story.
Well,
yams everywhere.
It apparently will give you twins. So if those of you out
That's
there,
what he was trying to give somebody twins.
There's a tribe in Africa whose diet consists mostly of yams and was found to have a very high rate of twins and multiple births. So get those yams going, ladies.
Or don't.
Well, that was my Labor Day quiz. And to get real for a second, I have been feeling like really overwhelmed by all the abortion talk with what's going on in Texas. And also being like, I'm going to retweet this meme. And then being like, okay, that I understand why people are doing that. And it's helping me learn what's happening. So I think it's important. I'm not knocking it, but I am saying that like I found this awesome article on salon.com. I put it in my stories, but we will add all the links that we can onto the bottom of this episode in the show notes, because there are some really good resources of like what you can actually do for the people in Texas that are suffering right now.
Yeah.
Small abortion clinics that are going to go down, how to help them, how to give them funding, how to help women that are searching for an abortion. And I just thought that it was like a great resource. And it went as deep as being like, stop talking shit about Texas because your friends that live there are like suffering right now, like emotional stuff, to like, here are links to like help this cause. So I would love to add those to the show notes. So if you guys are interested in donating or researching or learning as much as you need to learn about it. But, you know, we're not far behind. It's like we have a new governor that's trying to get in.
Well,
like,
hopefully not.
No, hopefully not. But we never know. That could happen to any of us. So.
It's just a lesson to everyone to like stay, as exhausting as it is, stay vigilant and stay active in government, especially at the local level too.
It's really about voting. Like if you feel overwhelmed and you're like, what am I going to do? Okay. The least we can be doing right now is voting in these small elections that I think a lot of us did not think that we were important, that did not think they were important until maybe 5 years ago, because we just didn't know how important they were.
Yeah.
So these small elections are so important. So just make sure you're voting and make sure you know when there is an election. These things sometimes get swept under the rug because they don't want us to vote.
Right. They want to be able to pass it without people seeing it.
So, we're going to share that with you guys. Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
Please rest and enjoy your day.
Yes. And for all your labors, you do deserve rest. So enjoy this day off.
Yeah.
And if you don't have today off, pick another day and enjoy that day off and do something nice for yourself to nourish your soul.
And also thank someone in your life that helped you get to where you are or worked really hard to give you the chances that you've had in your life. Talking to you, mom and dad. But also thank the people in your life that have given a lot to you in your life, because this shit takes work. It takes a village, baby. Now it takes a village to raise this Kelly and Lindsay baby. Hey-ho!
It sure does, because I'm not raising it. Woohoo!
We love you guys. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and tell your friends. And we'll see you
next week. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool.
Okay, cool. We're going to end the stream.
Oh, bye. See you guys
Bye.
later.
You too.
You guys are really great. Sorry, my doctor, Kaiser Permanente, is calling me.